Good morning, good people. Welcome back to Collector's Quest, and thank you so much for joining me on this Saturday morning, which can mean one thing: it's game hunting day. And like any game hunting day, it starts by trading in stuff into CEX. So let's take a look at what we're trading in today. So in the first bag, we got a couple of PS Vita games that got no interest in playing, or I either own on the PS3 or PS4 and they play better there. 360 games I'm never going to play, DVD box sets, and at the bottom of the bag I've got my blue Wii. As I mentioned on a previous video, I am trying to get rid of all of my different coloured consoles for black consoles, as you can see there, and I've never played that blue Wii. I always use the Wii U when I want to play Wii games, so that'll go in for a decent voucher. And then the big thing I'm getting rid of today is my old gaming PC. I have got a tinge of sadness in getting rid of that because I have got a lot of memories playing that, but I'm not a massive PC gamer anymore. As someone who works within IT, the last thing I want to do after sitting at a computer for 8, 9, 10 hours is to sit at the same desk, especially when I'm working from home, and play more PC games. So going to get rid of it. Haven't used it for about a year, and I'll hopefully get a decent voucher. It's got a Ryzen 5 3600X, GTX 1070 Ti, 16 gigs of RAM, 2TB NVMe SSD, and a decent motherboard and decent PSUs. So hopefully I get a good voucher, and I know I could get a lot more by piecemealing it and selling it on eBay or selling the whole thing on eBay, but ain't nobody got time for that. Let me know in the comments below, are you more of a PC gamer or console gamer? But someone who got into PC gaming about 2012, 2013, I've just fallen out of love with it. I hate having to tinker around with graphic settings to try and squeeze just a couple of more FPS out my games. And it just seems like every new game coming out is just broken on PC. So I'm a console peasant. I love sitting on my chair, just relaxing, whacking the disc in, and off the races. I can play my games. So I'm a console peasant. So let me know what you are in the comments below. Plan for today is to head to Howson CX, and of course when we're there, hit up the local charity shops and the pawn shops. It'd be rude not to. Then on the way back, I'm going to head to Vintage Gamer. If you've seen Retro Ghetto's videos, Vintage Gamer had a massive haul of games traded into their shop. Tons of heavy hitters, so I'm probably a bit late to the party, so we'll head there and hopefully I don't blow my entire finances on retro video games at Vintage Gamer. Great video for you guys today, so let's hit the road and get this show on the road. Just got to the Cornbow Centre in Howson, hence why it's so dark. But I forgot to mention on my previous clip, because it's always a bit of a mad dash to get out of the house, and I'm always waking up because it's so early, but the channel just got to 1,000 subs, so massive thanks to everyone who likes, comments, subscribed, everyone who joined me on my journey back last year when I first started getting into YouTube, trudging around those car boot fields hunting for those treasures to flip into CEX. Welcome to everyone who's new to the channel. Just whatever you do, if you interact with my videos, a massive thank you to you. You make this thing so much more enjoyable when I see tons of comments on the videos, tons of interaction. It's definitely the highlight of my week. So massive shout out to everyone who supported the channel. May it long continue, and near the end of the video I'll go through the latest giveaway to celebrate the channel getting to 1,000 subscribers. So gonna head to Howson now. Don't know how much filming I'll be able to do when we get outside because it is raining quite bad and I'm not too sure how this camera copes with rain. So go to Howson, trading this stuff, then we'll hit the charity shops. Howson was a bit of a bust when it comes to charity shops and finding games. The only games I found was in this British Heart Foundation, and this charity shop always marks up their games based on what CEX selling for. So a couple of PS4 games, but they were all priced accordingly to what CEX selling for, so no meat on the bone left to trade these into CEX. Then we get to the pawn shop, had a couple of things out in the window, PS5 games, couple of retro bits, and in the shop there was a guy trying to sell something there, so didn't think it was appropriate to film in there, but not a lot happening, so you didn't miss anything really. Right guys, just got back in the car from Howson, and man, Howson is such an interesting place. A place I used to frequent quite a lot back in the day, and let's just say they got some interesting characters. But forgetting about Howson, nothing happening in the charity shops as normal, don't really find much there, so no big surprise. But had great success in CEX, so I traded in all of the games for £130 on a voucher. They also quoted me £100 for the Wii and 3 Wii remotes and a keyboard and mouse, which is all good. And they quoted me about £270, £280 for the PC. So overall, we're looking at about £500 worth of vouchers, so all good. Didn't do much filming around Howson because it's raining and this camera definitely isn't waterproof, so I don't want to risk it. But plan now is to fly to Vintage Gamer because it's literally on the way back to head towards Darbridge, so be rude not to. So I'll see you when we get to Vintage Gamer. Man, why can nothing be simple with CEX? So I'm literally driving along to Vintage Gamer and I get the dreaded private number phone call. Pull over, answer it, CEX. Hi mate, couple of things have failed. I think the Wii failed, there was an issue with the nunchuck, and the keyboard and mouse failed, so can you come and pick them up? And I was stuck between a rock and a hard place because there's literally nothing else over Howson that I need to go and do today, so I just figured screw it, we'll turn around, go back to Howson and pick up the stuff, then we'll get to Vintage Gamer. But on the plus side, I did manage to park a lot closer to CEX rather than going back into the Cornbow Centre. Alright, gonna brave the rain because it's coming down pretty thick and fast now. Get the stuff and then we'll head to Vintage Gamer. Heading towards Howson CX in the lovely rain. They've still got this God of War limited edition with the statue, and they've also got the Batman PlayStation 4 console, so obviously no one's interested in these. Stepping into Howson CX, the only thing that caught my eye was this 428 Shibuya Scrabble game for the PlayStation 4. It's £28 and it's from Spike Tunesoft, the same guys that brought us Danganronpa. You know I love my Danganronpa. This was however a dirty cover reprinted, so might have been game if it was the official cover, but no way I'm paying £28 for a game I've never heard of and for a cover reprinted. Right, just on the way to Vintage Gamer. Had to park quite far away from it because my normal car park was full, so I decided to park by Tanhouse for anyone that knows the area. So it's about a 5-minute walk, but I don't mind, it's all good. Get some steps in and all that good stuff. It is still raining, so won't be able to do much filming out here. I'm quite weird, I don't mind the rain. I think it's from years of playing football and I playing goal, so standing around in the rain doesn't bother me that much. So we'll walk to Vintage Gamer and have a look what the good folks at Vintage Gamer got to offer. Now we get to the amazing Vintage Gamer shop in Howson. Stepping into this fantastic shop, you can just see floor to ceiling, there's tons of games here, something for everyone. These are the figures remaining from the job lot that got brought into the shop. Pretty cool to see these. As you can see guys, just floor to ceiling, games everywhere. This back room has recently been done out, so it's a bit more organised and a bit cleaner, but so many things here. If you're looking to start getting into game collecting, then get yourself down to Vintage Gamer because you can build up a nice stack of games to start your collecting journey. They've even got a dedicated back room as a museum where you can see every console released in the last 30-40 years, and it's so cool seeing so many consoles here. And as you can see at the back of the room, tons of box consoles, so if you're looking for anything in particular, Vintage Gamer's got you covered. Heading over to the glass cabinet for the PlayStation 3 because that's what I'm particularly focusing on at the minute. Got some real nice collector's editions and bigger box PS3 games here. Heading back towards something a bit older, we've got a nice selection of Mega Drive games here. This means nothing to me guys, so let me know in the comments below if you see anything here. At the front of the shop there's this nice glass cabinet with some heavy hitting games here. Got some real cool Game Boy games, complete in box. As you can see, some of those have got some eye-watering prices. They also had a real good selection of GameCube games here, probably the best selection of GameCube games I've seen in person. Then we get to some absolute grails here. Again, I know nothing about Super Nintendo, but Nick assured me that these are worth upwards of £800 to £900 each, so you're probably looking at about £3,000 worth of Nintendo cardboard here. Probably the most expensive cardboard that's ever graced my hands, so I was super careful to make sure I didn't damage anything, but real cool to see these high-end games out in the wild. If you are a big Super Nintendo collector, as I said, they've had a massive job lot of games traded in and tons of high-end Super Nintendo games. Again, means nothing to me, but yeah, just tons of really good condition Nintendo cardboard in this box. Moving on to something that's closer to my own heart, back to some PS3 games, and as you can see, some real high-end games in here. Got some HD collections, got some Spider-Man games, and also got Splatterhouse there. If you need a copy of the Borderlands 2 DLC pack, then Vintage Gamer's got your back. This particular collector had a bit of a weird fetish for Borderlands 2, it seems. Jumping into some absolute grails for the GameCube. Like I said, the best collection I've ever seen when it comes to GameCube in person. Got Skies of Arcadia, which I've got in the collection. That's a £80–90 game. Gotcha Force there is a really high-end expensive game. Never seen that in person before. This is a GameCube collector's wet dream right here, guys. I've never seen so many high-end GameCube games in person. So if you are a GameCube collector, let me know in the comments below what caught your eye. Wow. So just come out of the fantastic Vintage Gamer and I'm just lost for words, guys. Every time I go in that shop, there's so many fantastic things that Nick has in his store. It's an amazing shop. It's the one place where if I won the lottery, I'd go in there and I'd spend an absolute shed load of money, because every time I go in there, there's always things that I want to add to my collection. And I spend way too much money there, and it's a risky game. It's the closest shop to me. It's about a 5-minute drive, so I have to limit how often I go there because it's a risky game. Got a bag load of stuff in there. We'll go through the pickups, but you see on the footage there's some absolutely heavy hitting games in that shop. You're talking, you know, £1,000 plus games in there on the Super Nintendo. As you saw, tons of stuff in there. Nick said that he's had a lot of trade-ins in the last few weeks. You've seen on Retro Ghetto's videos how much stuff he's had in. I'm just coming at the end of it now. He sold loads of stuff, so if you're a heavy hitting collector for the SNES, Mega Drive, PlayStation, then get yourself down to Vintage Gamer in the Howson area. Like I said, I got a little bag here, got some fairly decent games, one heavy hitter in particular. Nick will be at the Black Country Games Fair in March in a few weeks time, so some of those games will be there. So if you saw anything that you want to add to your own collection on the footage, they have got a Facebook page, so contact Nick on there or get yourself down to the shop or the Black Country Games Fair. Plan now is to go to Starbridge CEX, got a couple of games I want to add to the collection, then we'll bring it back home and go over the pickups. I'll speak to you when we get to Starbridge. Just doing that familiar walk to Starbridge CEX. Going to jump in CEX, see what they've got, and then we'll take it back home to go over the pickups. Jumping straight into Starbridge CX because nothing was happening outside in the glass display. Had a couple of decent steelbooks, had this Shadow of War steelbook for £6, but it wasn't in the best condition and I'm not a massive fan of Shadow of War. They also had this steelbook for a Walking Dead VR game. Never heard of it, but pretty cool to see this steelbook out in the wild. That was a bit of a fail then, so the game I wanted from CEX didn't have the manual. It was a PS3 game, decently expensive, about £30–35, and they haven't introduced the whole manual or without manual at the minute for PS3 games, so I left that. I was going to go around the charity shops, but it's still raining, I'm cold, I'm damp, so I'm going to head home, get a fresh brew, put kettle on, love, and we'll go over the pickups. I'll see you when we get back home. And we're back in the warm, out the rain, happy days. Not the best hunt in terms of CEX pickups, only got one pickup to show you, but real happy with the CEX vouchers. So I traded in my gaming PC, the bag of games and the 3 Nintendo Wii controllers, and I got over £400 on a voucher, so happy days. Can go and splash the cash at CEX now. I've still got that bag with the Nintendo Wii to trade in, the blue one. They didn't take that in because the nunchuck wasn't working, so I'll grab another nunchuck and we'll try that again next week. Before we get into the CEX pickup, got to show this, I'm a massive fan of the series. We got the Trials Through Daybreak 2 limited edition for the PS5. Real nice design on that box. If you've not seen any of my previous videos, I've banged on about this series so many times. It's a great JRPG series, tons of hours of gameplay, tons of characters returning in each game, so check it out if you haven't done so already. So happy to show that off. The only pickup that I got from CEX today was from Howson CX, and we got this nice Crisis Core Final Fantasy VII Reunion Steelbook for the Nintendo Switch. Cost me £25, so not too bad. Real clean steelbook here, simple design, got the Buster Sword on there. If this was the PS4 or PS5 steelbook, you're looking at about £60–70 on eBay, so fairly uncommon, and it's pretty cool to find a steelbook out in the wild for the Switch because you don't see them all too often, so happy to pick that up. I do also have a kind of a CEX lottery, haven't opened this yet, got this through the post yesterday on the Friday, so we'll open this. This is from CEX, so might as well show it here. Ordered this last Sunday and it's only got sent to me Friday, so it took almost a whole week, which is quite rare for CEX. So we've got the Guided Fate Paradox for the PS3. It's a JRPG, trying to get all the JRPGs for the PS3. Does it have a manual? Yes, it does. Happy days. It's in decent condition. Don't know if you can tell there, but a couple of light puncture marks on the back there, but nothing that's going to cause me any sort of concern. I think this was £22–23, so good one to add to the collection. Happy with that. Moving away from CEX, we're going to go over the pickups that I got from the fantastic Vintage Gamer. As you saw in the footage, amazing shop. So many heavy hitting games in there, and it's run by a brilliant guy in Nick. Top guy. Anyone who's been to Vintage Gamer knows what a sound guy Nick is. Brilliant guy, amazing prices, and he's willing to barter and reduce prices based on how many games you pick up, so can't recommend that shop enough. Fantastic shop. If you're ever in the Howson area, get yourself down to Vintage Gamer, because trust me, you'll come back with a decent stack of games just like I have. So just going to go through these two fast because they're nothing too exciting, but picked up Ghost in the Shell 2 Innocence DVD. Picked it up because I've already got the first one and it comes in this nice cardboard sleeve, so Nick chucked that in for free basically. He also chucked in this, got Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix, but it comes with the art book. This doesn't come with the game. You saw in the footage that Nick's got a back room and this was in a box where he's got loads of empty boxes, so he let me have this for free. Picked it up for the art book and the great fantastic art on the front cover. I have got this on the PS4, the all-in-one complete package, because I know Kingdom Hearts games, there's about 20 or 30 of them, so I picked that up a while ago, so when I'm ready to jump into this series, I'll play it on the PS4, but great addition to the collection, and it's not too hard to find this game, so I can always pick it up from CEX and add that to this and have a nice, complete cardboard sleeve for this, so happy days, good pickup. First pickup was this Beyond Two Souls steelbook for the PS3. Super nice and clean that. As you can see, real cool design on that. I think this game didn't get the best reviews when it came out back in 2012. So not too sure how it's held up, but didn't really pick it up for the game. Don't care about it all too much. Picked it up for the steelbook. That's going to look real nice on the shelf next to my Yakuza Dead Souls steelbook that I picked up on last week's video. So cool steelbook to add to the collection there. Next pickup, sticking with the PS3, we've got Journey, the collector's edition that comes with Journey, Flower and Flow. Picked it up mainly for Journey, heard nothing but good things about Journey. Not going to show this for every pickup because you know how I roll by now, but complete in box with a manual, real good condition, so happy to add that to the collection. Now we've got a bigger box PS3 game in the Dark Souls limited edition. As you can see, it comes in this nice big box. I'll do some B-roll of what comes in this, but it comes with the art book and obviously the game. Saw this in the glass cabinet there, and after picking up the Dark Souls trilogy on last week's video on the PS4, wanted to pick this up just to give me the extra impetus to finally dive into the Dark Souls series. So cool collector's edition, and it's going to look nice on the shelf, so happy with that pickup there. Moving away from the PlayStation 3, we've got two heavy hitting GameCube games to add to the collection. GameCube's a bit of a weird collection for me. I don't have any nostalgia for it personally, didn't grow up with it, so it doesn't trigger anything in terms of nostalgia, but I do want to add about 20 or 30 games to my existing GameCube collection, got a list of them, and it's not something that I actively hunt for just because they're so expensive. All the games I want to add to the collection is about £30–40 upwards, so I just keep my eyes open for them and I pick them up as and when I can in good condition for an affordable price. So the first GameCube game I add into the collection is Killer 7 from Capcom. As I mentioned when I picked up my God Hand for the PS2, I recommend diving into Capcom's back catalogue of older games because I've got some really weird, obscure games and I've heard nothing but good things about this. I think you play as an assassin, you've got 7 personalities, hence the Killer 7 title, and it just looks like great fun. So can't wait to jump into that at some point in the future for the GameCube. Then we get to the heavy hitting game that I'm adding to the GameCube collection, a game I wanted to add to the collection for quite a few years. We've got Gotcha Force. This game looks incredible. Again, another Capcom game. This is very expensive. I think it's about £110, £120 at CEX, and I saw it in Vintage Gamer in real nice condition with the manual. Disc is crispy and hardly got any scratches on it. So saw it there and knew I had to pick it up. Game I wanted to add to the collection for a while, so I'm really happy to add 2 amazing heavy hitting GameCube games to the collection. So those are all the pickups from Vintage Gamer. Obviously not a lot of pickups from CEX, but I'm sure you'll agree the pickups from Vintage Gamer have more than made up for that. Like I mentioned earlier, great shop run by a great guy, so if you're ever in the Howson area, be sure to go down to Vintage Gamer. And let me know in the comments below what you would have picked up from Vintage Gamer. Tons of heavy hitting games, SNES games, PlayStation games, so many games that are upwards of £500, £600, £700, so let me know in the comments below what you would have picked up. And like I mentioned earlier, we've just gotten to 1,000 subs. Just want to say a massive thank you to everyone who subscribed, who likes the videos, who interacts with the videos. It really does humble me when I see my videos doing so well. I see people comment on the videos saying they're enjoying the videos. So massive thank you to you guys. You make my week, you make this thing really worthwhile, and it just makes me so happy when I see people interacting with the videos and enjoying them. So thank you so much. Hopefully the channel continues to grow, and to celebrate this amazing milestone, we're doing another giveaway. So today's giveaway is going to be some sweet CEX vouchers. I think there's about £35, £36 on the voucher. I can't remember because it's a online voucher. So this is open to everyone who's subscribed to the channel, England, UK, worldwide. If you've got a CEX, you'll be sure to be able to utilise these CEX vouchers. So to win these vouchers, what you need to do, you need to like the video, you need to make sure you subscribe to the Collector's Quest channel, and you need to leave a comment saying, I want those sweet vouchers. Don't care how you write it, just make sure you write, I want those sweet vouchers. Like the last giveaway, we'll let it roll for a few weeks, and then I'll be sure to email or Instagram screenshot the CEX voucher so that you can add something nice to your collection. We're also doing a giveaway that I announced on last video, talking about why you need to collect for the PS3, of some amazing games that you can add to your collection. So be sure to check out that video to learn how you can win those 7 amazing games to add to your collection. And like I always say, good luck on your game hunts and collecting adventures. Take it easy, YouTube, and I'll catch you in the next one.